last day of the scheduled hearings with the House Intelligence Committee.
While they discussed ways to support law enforcement right here at the Capitol, a few hours later, another hearing was held virtually to discuss police reform.
Now, while we wait for our order to be processed, I did want to let you guys know that OU Food Pantry does offer an online ordering system where you can go to their website, ou.edu/foodpantry for more information. And just like that, our shopping is done. Are climbing toward a record high this year. After the death of one inmate and 3 dozen injured due to race-based gang tension, visitation was suspended and all state prisons were locked down.
The results of the Breonna Taylor grand jury investigation continues to impact students right here at OU. OU Nightly's Mariah Conduff has more on how student leaders are processing.
Frustrating.
A little bit of heartbreak, but at the same time, it was kind of expected.
Disappointed but not surprised.
For 195 days, the world awaited justice for Breonna Taylor. And on September 23rd, these 3 student leaders believe justice was not served.
With the decision that this judge in the court made, it really just emphasized how our life is less important.
Awaiting the hearing of Breonna Taylor's case, social media has been urging for advocacy for Black women in the Black Lives Matter movement. Vice President of OU's NAACP, Keyshawn Rose, says it starts with listening to Black women.
As a Black man, I feel like the best way a Black man can support and advocate for Black women is just to simply listen. The Attorney General, who is a Black man himself, I feel like it's actually very disheartening to see that he would definitely not see the value of the life of a Black woman and only allow for the charging of the bullets missed. So
OU has faced a number of racial incidents, rallies, and protests. And while the Breonna Taylor indictment has left some students feeling hopeless, BERT co-director DeIndia Brown says the fight continues.
We have to continue the fight. Although, like me and many others, we're tired.
Tired? Yes. But OU students say they are not ready to give up the fight. Mariah Conduff, OU Nightly. The smell of a candle burning and even a friendly bookstore dog named Boz welcomes you to Commonplace Books in the heart of Midtown OKC.
Started with a few guys and, they pretty much just wanted to build a bookstore for this neighborhood, and there was just a lot of folks in the area that were looking for a store like this.
According to the American Booksellers Association, retail sales at bookstores between December 2018 and 2019 dropped 2%. With physical books at a decline, many wonder how bookstores are surviving.
You also have the capabilities to have better customer service, and again, it's not a competition as much as it is just like a fact.
There are currently over 10,000 bookstores in the U.S. One Commonplace Books customer says she prefers reading the old-fashioned way.
I love physical books because I love being able to share them with people. I love getting to loan books out to my friends, love getting to receive books from friends, and almost making it like a community.
Amazon is the leading competitor for books, drawing in consumers with their lower prices and free shipping, leaving bookstore managers to get creative on how they run their business.
We're able to see all the doors people walk in. We're able to greet everyone who walks in, offer whatever sort of expertise we might have. But if anything, Oklahoma City's or Midtown's living room.
Chain stores like Barnes & Noble are on a decline, but the community connection is keeping independent bookstores like Commonplace open for business. Mariah Conduff, OU Nightly. Two studies with 2 different perspectives shows the national divide right here in the state of Oklahoma on whether law enforcement should be reformed, abolished, or protected. Tuesday at the state capitol, State Representative Justin Humphrey held an interim study focusing on ways the legislature can best protect and support the police. Moore Police Chief Todd Gibson says mental health resources for officers are a necessity when dealing with trauma on the scene.
What can we do to protect them, to help them psychologically navigate the scars and traumas of their career? You can't forever do away with the scar, right? Cut myself on a hunting accident, still got a scar.
While they discussed ways to support law enforcement right here at the Capitol, a few hours later, another hearing was held virtually to discuss police reform.
The current standard requires an officer to have willfully engaged in excessive force, which means prosecutors must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the officer acted with specific intent to do something unlawful. In practice, it's a nearly impossible standard to meet, and too many families like mine have not been able to get justice for the deaths of their loved ones at the hands of the police.
State Representatives Justin Humphrey and Regina Goodwin are working together in the Public Safety Committee towards a bipartisan agreement. Mariah Conduff, OU Nightly. With the country on lockdown due to the coronavirus, many are opting to have their food delivered, making food delivery drivers essential workers.
I lost my job at the University of Oklahoma because of the pandemic. I needed a source of income to support myself.
As orders increase, tips, however, are not.
Everybody's lost their jobs right now, so tips aren't really a thing that's pouring in a lot. And I mean, of course, that's an additional source of income for us. And so we greatly appreciate it, but I mean, it's understandable.
Safety is of the utmost importance for food delivery platforms. They recommend their drivers to wear a face mask in public and to avoid close contact with others while picking up food from restaurants and grocery stores.
I do have high-risk grandparents, and so I have to always keep in mind their health, but also my health as well. So I ensure that I have masks on, I wear gloves, and I keep hand sanitizer in my car at all times.
Many food delivery platforms such as Postmates, DoorDash, and Uber Eats have launched a non-contact delivery option, allowing drivers to drop off the items at the customer's door in efforts to protect their customers and contractors. Mariah Conduff, OU Nightly.